few more slokas, one or two more topics of the great Shastra, Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana. Let us try to study, understand today. Let this Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana be thoroughly understood, practiced, and the Yoga Sthiti of oneness with our reality we achieved. Let us commit to it and make every day a Yoga day. Not only today, the 21st June, the International Yoga Day. Let there be Yoga Day for us sadhakas every day. Om, 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 Om Sahanavavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ओम श्री राम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने। ओम ब्रह्मानंदम परम सुखदम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्ष दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्रीराम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नता स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरविकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये. ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्री वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः. श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम लीलोपाख्याने मरण विचारो नाम नियति विचारो नाम साधना विचारो नाम चतुःपञ्चाशत्तमः सर्गः. श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच श्री देवी उवाच. So up to, if we see the mantras, 26th thoroughly we studied. If you see that, just browse through for 2 minutes to be in touch with what we are studying. Sargadau ya yatharudha samvit kachana santatihi. In the first of the creations, with that samvit pure Brahman, kachana with his being Brahmadeva, the Virat Purusha, then doing Sankalpa, with it in whatever way he has made the rules and regulations for the show of the world to continue. That is continuing even now. Nobody dares to change it. Whoever tries to change it, they only suffer. Whoever have abided, they are blessed by it. This particular thing of going on the same way from the Adi Sarga continuously, that is called as Niyati. So for you and I who are the students of this Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana, one special thing is known better than others. Others also know it, but then not so authentically pakka. So we are knowing it directly from the Mother Saraswati, the Jnana Devi, also from Vasishthaji. That there is something called as Niyati. Be careful about this thought. The Niyati examples plenty are given. Why the fire flame goes up, why the water flows down, why fire is hot, why the ice block is cold. In this way, they're all the Niyati, they won't change. The big things like the earth rotating, revolving, ityadi. Okay. And how is it happened with its lakshanas, each of the Panchamahabhutas? Simple thing. That's it, Paramatma. He did the sankalpa of expressing as the Vyoma, then Vyoma Rupena he is expressing. So to the Vayu Rupena, so to the Agni Rupena, so to Jala Rupena. So the Paramatma, his Kalanam, Kachitata, Kachita means his Chittavrutti, he is appearing like that. So everything is Paramatma's appearance with his Shakti. Has he become them? He has not become. He is still intact. So that Paramatma who is intact as Chidakasha, beyond all his appearances in the form of these Panchamahabhutas, Panchamahabhuta made the entire world of names and forms. That Paramatma we have to realize. Be clear in our heart about that. So, Gruhita Vyoma Samvitti. So, when Paramatma has taken up the Vyoma Samvitti, means I want to become like Vyoma, that thought, Chid Vyoma Vyomatam Gatam, that Chid Vyoma, Chidakasha, Vyomatam Gatam, like a Chittakasha or Bhutakasha, whatever it thought, it just appeared. So, to Gruhita Kala Samvitti, when Paramatma took up the Sankalpa of I want to express as Kala, that Chid Vyomaha or Chinnamaha again, Kalatam Gatam, it is appearing as Kala. So to Gruhita Jala Samvitti, Bhagavan took up the Sankalpa that I want to appear as Jala. Then Chid Vyoma, that pure consciousness, Varivat Sthitam, it is appearing as Vari. Any doubt for you? If you have a doubt, answer is Swapne Yatha Hi Purushaha Pashyati Atmani Varitam. Like in the Swapna, Purusha sees the Vari water. Is it Vari, real water there? But is he not drinking the water, taking bath in it, drowning in it? Is he not saying it? Yeah. So he is Samvit only, appearing as water. Also the other two. The what the both said that Vyoma Samvit, Kala Samvit. Are we not aware of the Akasha in the Swapna? Is that Akasha real? but still is it not the Kalpita Akasha on the Chid Paramatma only? So too in Swapna, are we not aware about the Kala time? In dream also there is a time. This time we go to office or go to the station to try catch the train, etc. So Kala is there. So consciousness only playing the play of Kala there through the medium of the mana there, the chitta vritti is there, the samskara is there. So in this way, once, twice, 3 times, 10 times, 20 times, when you go on listening to such thing and contemplate, then you understand. One is Paramatma, second is Anirvachaniya Shakti, Ananta Shakti Maya. Through that, he is appearing as Jagat, thus Jagat is never real. Along with all that is happening in this Jagat. है ना? You can imagine like Paramatma appeared as Desha, space. Then Paramatma himself appeared as Kala. Then Paramatma alone appeared as the from the Desha, the space, the other four bhutas, the Vayu, Agni, Jala, Prithvi. Paramatma alone is uh, instigating the mutual combination of it. Through that, all the Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas, Antakaranas, Stula Shariras, all of them are just protruding, appearing, projected. ऐसे contemplate करो बहुत बार. And the fact is, all these mentioned things, the Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, Antakarana, Panchamabhuta, Sthula Sharira, in and through all of them, not somewhere Sukshma Rupena, but permeating all of them is the Sat and Chit, is it not? The Sat and Chit Rupi Paramatma is everywhere there. Everywhere in the pot, the mud is there. Everywhere in the wave, the water is there. Every cell of the wave is water. So to every ounce of everything in this world is Sat and Chit only. That Sat Chit remains intact. And that the Rupa Nama Kalpana. Keep that in mind. Next one, Swapne Yataya Purusha Pashyati Atmani Varitam. Then Swapna Chit Samvida Bhati Bhavatyesha Yatha Sthita Chit Chamatkara Chaturyat Asadetat Samuhate. See, Swapna Chit Samvit Abhati Bhavati Esha Yatha Sthita. And Swapna Chit and Samvit Abhati. The what in dream we see, all of that is Swapna Chit is the pure consciousness. There Samvit means Chitta Vritti. That appears like that. Paramatma through the Maya appears like that. Then what? Chit Chamatkara Chaturyat. Yesterday we talked so nicely about this. It is the Chit, pure consciousness. Chamatkara, it's Maya Shakti. Chaturya, it's intelligence and expression. With that, what is happening? Asadetat. Actually, it is not there, Asat, but Kalpita. Only Kalpita, but taken as real. Not only taken as real, in that the identification happening. Not only identity, then we are going through all those emotions and experiences. And the emotion experience, Sukha Dukha, experiencing instruments also part of that Chit Chamatkara Chaturya. While all this is happening, what is the position of the reality? It is intact. It is unmoving, unchanging. To realize that Paramatma Tattva, what we have to do? To all this Chit Chamatkara Chaturya, we have to develop the Sakshi Bhava. Sakshitva also is a vritti, isn't it? This one vritti of Sakshitva helps us in not getting influenced by the Chitta Chamatkara Chaturya. After maintaining that Sakshi vritti for a long time, because of which that Chitchamatkara Chaturya influence, we don't allow it to fall on us, then the mind gets that stability. That's called Antakarana Shuddhi. With that Sunta Antakarana, this Sakshi, what is the nature of that Sakshi? Me. ये साक्षी का नेचर नहीं है. साक्षी के रूप में जो मैं अपने आप को माना, उस मेरा नेचर क्या है? In that we find that it is Chit Swarupa, Sat Swarupa. Having seen the Chit and Sat Swarupa as me, from there when you look back and see, then nothing is seen other than me. So the wave realized itself to be the water, Having realized itself to the water, it is looking back itself to itself, the earlier wave and also the neighboring waves. What will it find everything as? Once it realizes that it is water, everything is water only. So to when I realize myself Sat and Chit, every Rupanama is basically Sat and Chit. I realize it. That is reality. What about Nama Rupa? That is na Chit Chamatkara Chaturya. चित्त का चमत्कार रूपी माया का चातुर्य है बस. चित चमत्कार चातुर्यात असदेव सम्यक ऊहते. Asat, though it is unreal, but so beautifully it is painted, depicted. And these days, to understand and accept this is so easy because of the technological inventions as examples. Isn't it? The laser show that is shown. Is it not the Vijli Chamatkara or laser with Chamatkara? They show Bhagavan Shiva or Ganapati or any of the place or anything they show. And you can see in that only the motion also, the movement also. That is jungle they show in that laser mein. There the animals are playing with each other, running. You know, don't you see that? Is if not for the chamatkara of that laser beam, is that thing really happening there? In the same way, the whole thing is Bhagavan's laser beam show. The laser is the first thought, Bhagavan appeared or felt himself to be the Tejakkana. The Tejakkana with its Shakti became projected the gross Brahmanda. With that he identified became Brahmadeva. Then he played his own Manorajya. The whole thing is Manorajya. Again and again, again. The conclusion of all these discussions, all the time should be, therefore, this Jagat is not as real as we think. Therefore, we need not be slave to this Jagat. Therefore, let us practice to detach from the Jagat and see whether we can survive peacefully or not. With those practices, actually we discover that we exist independent of them. Then discover which is that we or I who is independent of all that. Then I realize I am pure Satchit. Then from Satchit standpoint, look back, everything is nothing but Satchit. Therefore, the whole universe is nothing but the Satchidananda Brahma, which is me, is equal to I, the Satchidananda Brahma, alone is projecting the whole world out of my own Maya Shakti. At that time, I am not Ishvara, I am Sakshat Parabrahma. There is nothing in this world as other than me, the real self. Here the baby is not saying so, that the water is saying so. Okay, then Katvam Jalatvam Urvitvam Agnivayutvam Api Asatu. This is the most powerful confirmation we are getting from Saraswati Mata and Vasishthaji. Katvam, the spaceness, Jalatvam, waterness, Urvitvam, the earthness, Agni, the fireness, Vayutvam, air, Api Asatu. These are all from the absolute standpoint. Asatu. Vetti Antaha Swapna Sankalpa ध्यानेशु इव चिति स्वयं. So antah vetti chiti swayam. The pure consciousness imagines, projects all of them within itself. How? Swapna sankalpa dhyaneshu iva. Like for us in the Swapna, in the Manorajya, in the Sankalpa Rajya, as we within us only project this world. When I do the Swapna, when I have get it, all world is in me. So too, when I do the Manorajya, in that also. When I do the Sankalpa of some projects, that also in me only. Then I bring all the material, then make that building stand, which was there in my own Sankalpa earlier. I am a contractor or engineer or an architect. Example. Up to this is the whole world, and world is Paramatma's Kachanam, and it is his Chita, Chita, what are the words? Chit Chamatkara Chaturyam told. Totality के बारे में. What about no individual? Individual also, we attend to. His Marana and his Purarjanma. And in the Janma, all things he does do. Then again his Marana. All of them are also Chit Chamatkara only, Chaturya only. That topic is taken up. At the same time, why the difference then in each one of them? Like, why the difference in each of the fruits? Because in the seed or the tree, that difference is there, isn't it? In the same way, in each individual, because of the different of his own samskaras, that each one will have different shariras, different lifespans, different sukha dukkhas, different surroundings. That all are because of our own kachanam. So with Ishvara Kachanam, the Ishwariya Samashti Srushti made. With Jiva Kachanam, the Jiva Sambandhi Samashti Srushti made. In that Jiva Sambandhi Samashti Srushti made, out of our Kachanam, we are caught up in that like this spider making its own web and it is bound in it. देखो हमेशा याद रखो दो बात एट द उपाधि लेवल totally dropping transcending our own individual jiva srishti we have to live in the Ishvara srishti. At the Nirupadika level, there is only one Atman, whether it is behind you or behind me or behind an ant, behind an elephant, behind even Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, realize it. Saupadika Rupena, the individual Srishti se hame samashti mein chala. That's what Karma Yoga does. That's what Bhakti Yoga does. That's what the Ashtanga Yoga helps. Not only today, the Yoga Day International, every day. Final is the Jnana Yoga makes us realize our oneness is the truth. Keep on entertaining these things and the mantras which talk about this and the bhashyas which explain these things more and more. Revel in that as we go on reveling, the aspashtata is replaced by this spashtata. Clarity comes. Then maintain it. Then when we live that life, then we realize. In this life, everyone who has realized, he has realized that way only. Everyone who is at the brim level of realization, they also have gone through that. Whoever are in the mediocre level, they are also like that. And some are initiating, like you and I, we are also on that path. पहले सिद्धांत ज्ञान स्पष्ट होगा धीरे धीरे उसके अनुसार बदलते हुए we are transcending all chit chamatkara chaturya to see only the chidakasha. Okay. About what is done so far in the whole world, the niyati is explained. Okay. All that is because of that Ishvara. Now, there is a niyati regarding the human beings also. Depending on their karma, the karma phala, that is a niyati for them. जो करेगा वो भरेगा. That topic is taken for these 4-5 shlokas, which are again very important sadhanas. Like we have studied the Sita Prajna Lakshanas and all, or we have studied Bhakti Lakshanas in Tulsi Ramayana. Like that, here also we are taught some sadhanas with which even as Jiva, through our correct karma purushartha, we evolve to realize the Chidakash. Let us see. Marananantaram karma phala anubhavana kramam sarva sandeha shantyartam vriti shreyaskaram shrunu. So, Marananantaram karma phalanubhavana kramam sarva sandeha shantyartam mruti shreyaskaram shrunu. So, Marana Anantaram, this we know. Marana Ananta, after death. Karma Phala Anubhavana Kramam. How we, as per the Karma Phala, as per that karma is done, the Phala we get, and to get the Phala and to do the Anubhuti of the Phala, various places we go, various yonis you get. That we are telling. Why it is said Marananantaram? Why not in this very life? In this very life, already the prarabdha karma is set in. Along with the prarabdha, according to the prarabdha only, all our sukha dukkha, everything coming to us. But in this life also we are doing some karmas. These karmas and other than this life's prarabdha, whatever the remaining earlier sanchita are there, put together, they put us in the subsequent lives, which are the karma phala of that and this. So before I entered into this body, there is sanchita karma. Out of that, some of the karmas expressed, karma phalas expressed in this life. That is called a prarabdha karma. They are getting exhausted. But we being human beings, unlike animals, we have purushartha samarthya. So we do karmas. They also have to give phala. They are called agami. These agami, that's sanchita. Both of them put together, that cumulative permutational combinational outcome, the future life, our pararabdha will divide again. So that is what. When you know this, what will happen? Sarva sandeha shantyartam. After this, your sandehas about why I am like this or this life is like this, how my next life should be, what it depends upon. These all sandehas become shanta because you are knowing the niyati set by the Ishvara. Like he has set it for the whole world, also for the jivas. Then sarva sandeha shanti ke saath saath, if you gain this knowledge thoroughly, another thing also is benefit. What is it? Mruti shreyaskaram nudu. Up dekho, suno. This is a beautiful thought, isn't it? Mruti shreyaskaram. For us right now, in our ignorance, mruti is bhaya. Mruti is dukkha. But when you know this knowledge, mruti is shreyaskaram only, because before the mruti, with this knowledge, we have lived a so very good noble life, which is definitely assuring us for the next better life. Therefore, such person is not afraid of this mrityu. He says, "Jaldi khatam ho jaye, let me enter." It's like from a single bedroom flat, suddenly you are given a duplex with 3 bedrooms ground floor, 3 bedrooms the first floor. याद करो इसको इस बार. How you are excited to get out of this house and get into that more spacious thing. फ्री में दिया, no need to parent, no electrical bill, no house tax, कुछ नहीं मानो. ऐसा मिला तो don't you jump? So leaving this house is like mruti. For him, it is Shreyas only because he's getting the better one. Same way, a person who understands this knowledge knows that his future depends on his present, and in present he is living such a noble life. Then he is always knows that in future he will get a better life. For such person, the mrityu is not a dukkha giver; it is only Shreyaskar. First. Second is this person in that way, practically himself knowing and doing, while doing, he can even explain his knowledge to others. Others also will make use of that knowledge for making their present life an investment by a good works so that his future lives are better. In that better life, again he does punya karma as investment, which lives for which results in the next life to be better than that. In that way, Mruti is never ever dukkha kara. It's only Shreyaskara for a sadhaka. That is why it is called Mruti Shreyaskaram Shrunu. Sarva Sandeha Shantyartham Mruti Shreyaskaram Shrunu. That I am telling you. First, very important, simple things. One, कि क्या है? रूढ़ा आदि सर्गे नियतिर यैकद्वित्रिचतुश्शता पूर्वादिश्वायुषः पुंसः तस्यामे नियतिं शृणु. First it. See, Rudha Adi Sarge Niyati. In the first of the creation, for the human beings or for the jivas, the Niyati is Rudha. What is that? Eka Dri Tri Chatushata Purvadishu Ayushaha Pumsam. Tasyame Niyatim Srunu. Okay, first Niyati about the human beings is in the first of the creation, in the Kruta Yuga, 400 years is the Ayu. In the Treta, it is 300 saal. In Dwapara, 200 saal. In the Kali Yuga, 100 saal. Is the Purna Ayu of the human being. That is the first Niyati. That is why in all our Vedas and all, Pashyema Sharadashatam, Jivema Sharadashatam, Nandama Sharadashatam, Modama Sharadashatam, all Prabhrama Sharadashatam करके लिखते हैं. शतमानं भवति शतायु पुरुषशतेन्द्रिय आयुष्येवेन्द्रिये प्रतिष्ठति. This is first niyati. Now the second niyati within it is what? That the human beings, because they are given Purushartha Samarthya, they can do better. Be attentive, by which they can have life more than what is decided. Why is it not breaking the niyati? No, no, this is another niyati. First niyati is, we said, for example, on the in the Kali Yuga, 100 years. This is one niyati. Not that exactly 1 year top one will die. Now, if somebody is doing good exercises and food discipline, etc., like the Japanese, some of them do and all, so they live more than 105, 110. 110 वाले उन देशों में अभी सैकड़ों है, 100, 200, 500 people are there. There is somebody who is 139 years still alive, I think. It is not breaking niyati. No, there is another niyati that if you are disciplined and doing better, you can even extend it in this lifespan. Second is, for living 100 years LIVNG, exactly what the way to we have to do if you live it. Knowing or unknowing, you don't know. 100 साल पक्का जिएंगे बस. 100th year, happy birthday is the happy death today also. Niyati. Third niyati within the niyati is what? If somebody is doing utpatang kame, काम नौटंकी करते जा रहा है, according to the intensity of the nautanki, his ayurdhayam will reduce. That also part of niyati. So that's one, a day before his 100th birthday will die, or a month before, or a year before, or a decade before, means 90 में, कोई 80 में, कोई 70 में, और कोई 30 साल में मरा, कोई 20 साल में लड़का वो 140-200 स्पीड में बाइक चलाता हुआ ठोक दिया कहाँ, उसका वो कर्म है, उसको फिर उस उम्र में मरना पड़ता है. दैट इज ए नियत. He should be careful, otherwise he'll have to go. So that's how the people, while going through the prarabdha, yet there is another niyati that if they don't follow the disciplines, then thoda sa usme फेर बदल हो सकता है. Because we are dynamically living people, no? We are using our purushartha samarthya, we are executing it, we are doing the karma. So that will influence it. That is what is said. First point, first niyati is रूढ़ा आदि सर्गे नियति ही. आदि सर्ग में नियति रूढ़ हो गया. In the beginning, it's firmly established. What? Eka, dvi, tri, chatushataha purvadishu ayushaha pumsam. Pumsam ayuhu purvadishu means 100 in Kali Yuga, 200 in Dwapara, 3 in Treta, 4 in the Satya Yuga. Tasya me niyatim sunu. Again, in that also, the secondary niyati, I am telling you, second niyati, which I already explained, only have to chant the mantra. कि देश काल क्रिया द्रव्य शुद्ध शुद्धि स्वकर्मणाम न्यूनत्वे चाधिकत्वे च नृणाम कारणमायुषः. This shloka is quoted by some people. That is found here now in this Yoga Vaashishtha Ramayana, Tritiya Utpathi Prakaranam, 54th Sarga, Shloka Sankhya 29. What is Desha, Kala, Kriya, Dravya, then Swakarmanam, Shuddhi, Ashuddhi. These are the 5 things. In these 5 things, Nyunatvecha, Adhikatvecha. If in them the quality is reduced, then the Ayurdhayam gets reduced from 100. In the Kali Yuga. Same in the other Yugas also. So to Adhikatve. In the Desha, Kala, Kriya, Dravya, Karma Shuddhi, if it is increased, Adhikatve, then you will have more life to live. And like in the city, if you live with all the pollutions and all, there's definitely its effect. बट आप हिमालयन रेंज में जीते हो जहाँ स्वच्छ शुद्ध हवा है, भोजन वगैरह भी it's not so much adulterated and all, not so many tensions and worries like in the city, then you live little more there. Clear it is? Desha, the different desha, which place you are living. The kala, which time of the influence you are living. Like the kala of the polluted. There is a period होता है, people all बेवकूफ होकर पूरे पानी को अशुद्धि करते हैं, हवा को अशुद्धि करते हैं, हाँ खाना को अशुद्धि करते हैं. That's called the kala. Then kriya ashuddhi. I told you the bike riding kriya. Then dravya ashuddhi, the adulteration in the food, etc. Then uh, Swakarmanam Ashuddhi. Swakarma Ashuddhi is somebody who मार डाला तो then he'll be hanged. उनको दे देंगे ना वो मरण दंड. In this way, these are the karanas, nyunatvecha adhikatvecha. When they are nyuna or adhika, accordingly, runam karanam ayushaha becomes the cause for the ayurdhayam. Okay. Then, explanation. Swakarma dharme hrasati. ह्रसति आयुर्नृणामिहा वृद्धे वृद्धिमुपायाति सममेव भवेत् समे. See, the Swakarma and Swadharma. Hrasati. When he is not living his Swadharma, when he is not doing all his karmas which he has to do, Hrasati. Hrasati ayurunam. The ayu of the people gets reduced. So to Swakarma dharme vruddhe, when it is done more beautifully, vruddhim upayati. Then samameva bhavet same. Then the Swakarma dharma is samasrupa. Exactly, his ayu will be neither increased nor reduced. It is same. Everywhere like your servants working well, you increase his salary. वैसे ही काम कर रहा है तो आप उतना ही रखते हो सैलरी. थोड़ा गड़बड़ कर रहा है, छुट्टियां ले रहा है तो आप कम करते हो ना. In that way. So this is what is said to us in this mantra. So, so in this way, not doing the vihita karma, okay, is the cause for our change in the ayurdhayam. Now, same thing continued in this next sloka. See, Bala Mrutyu Pradair Balo Yuva Yovana Mrutyu Daihi Vruddha Mrutyu Pradair Vruddhaha Karmabhir Mrutim Ruchati. How clear they go for once for all. Though we listened this so many times, but here authentically we are listening. Sakshat Mother Saraswati and Vaashishtha are telling us. Ki Bala Mrutyu Pradaihi Karmaihi. If somebody does such karmas by which he'll have to die as a bala, he will die. है कि ना. वो कोई छोटा लड़का 10वां मंजिल से कूद के गिर रहा है तो वो मर ही जाएगा. वो एनीथिंग कहीं फंसेगा. बाल मृत्यु प्रद कर्म से एज ए बाला ही विल डाई. सो टू युवा यौवन मृत्यु दई. इफ somebody does such karmas because of which he will have to die in the युवा अवस्था, he will die. कोई कमिट कर रहा है सुइसाइड, देखो somebody is today's NEET exam, कोई कल आत्महत्या कर लिया out of pressure. How can do what? As I told you the bike riding example. So युवा मृत्यु प्रद कर्म करोगे तो युवा अवस्था में मृत्यु होती है. So to वृद्ध मृत्यु प्रदायिर वृद्धा. When one lives life in such a way that only as a vruddha he'll have to die. So he will bypass his death in the other two, and only as elderly he will die. Therefore, karma bher mrutim ruchati. Because of that type of karmas, the mrityu comes to each one. Therefore, continuously we have to be very, very careful. Continuation of that, with acharana we have to do. So to nishiddha also we should not do. There are two things. As we always talk about, sin of omission is not doing what we are supposed to do. Sin of commission is doing what is prohibited, committing what we are not supposed to do. So in both ways, our ayurdhaya becomes kshina. Here the next one. Yo yatha shastramarabdham swadharmamanutishthati bhajanam bhavati shriman sa yatha shastramayusha. Dekho? Exactly as told by the Shastra. One does all his Swadharma, then as told by the Shastra will be his Ayuhu. So Yaha Yatha Shastram Arabdham Swadharmam Anutishtati. Starts and leaves the Swadharma as per the Shastra. Bhajanam Bhavati Sriman Saha. The Sriman becomes the fortunate one. Bhajanam is deserving what? Yatha Shastram Ayushaha. As told by the Shastra that 100 year Ayu he will be deserving. Opposite of it is what? Yatha Shastram is not living, then he will die early only. So, evam karmanusarena janturantyam dashavitaha bhavatyantam gatavataha drummarmacheda vedanaha. In this way, itaha bhavanti jantu antyam dasham. So, in this human life, the jantus antadasha, the end, the death happens according to the karma. Therefore, one point is that. Second is bhavanti antam gatavata drung marma cheda vedanaha. That dukkha of the mrityu also is so much. This marma chedana dukkha will have. That will be the topic exhaust. We'll discuss. We'll see. So here one point. So is it disturbing our earlier knowledge that our ayu is according to the prarabdha? No. As per our prarabdha, our ayurdhayam is set. As per the niyati also, our ayurdhayam is set. As per niyati, 100 years. Let us say Kali Yuga. As per our prarabdha, it can be 90 or 110. Then having come on to this with that niyati and prarabdha, third one is there. That yatha shastra karma done, then you will get exactly that life. Not, you will get lower. So too, with little more intelligence, hard work, yoga, the sadhanas we do, we can even go beyond the prarabdha jivanam as well as the niyati jivanam. Proof of Adi Shankara. As per his prarabdha, only 16 saal he has to live. That is his basic niyati. But Vyasa Bhagavan came, he had to get the work done. Therefore, he made it a 32 saal. Okay, na? The other thing also happen very, 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 very rare cases. Somebody's IU is 80, 70, but he's such a qualified fellow that some other work has to be done. For that, this equipment and this place and these entanglements won't help. Therefore, there is a chance, very, very rare, the Lord takes him away and gives him the work somewhere else. है कि ना, आपके ऑफिस में कोई बंदे को अब अच्छा काम कर रहा है, इधर से निकाल के उधर ले जाते हो ना. If you can do, Ishvara will do. You are there as Ishvara boss. That fellow has a prarabdha to work there. But he has got extra talents. So you put him in better place. For that you have to take him away from here. That also is possible. Okay, having this heard this, Prabuddha Leela is asking Prashna. Maranam me samasena kathayendu samanane kim sukham maranam kim va dukkham rutva cha kim bhavet. Ye Indu samanane, O Mother Saraswati, whose face is like Chandrama samana, cooling, etc. Maranam me samasena kathaya. In short, tell me about the death. Kim sukham maranam? Is the marana sukha? Kim va dukkham? Is it dukkha? Mrutvacha kim bhavet? Having died, what will happen? Tell me these three things. Is the marana sukha or is the marana dukkha? What happens after the mrityu? Which is so important, once you know this one, many of the doubts, fears go away. In general, for every jiva, the marana is sukha only, not before or after dying. Because this ghatiya sharir se he has come out. Jisko daily you have to give bath, you have to give food. Some diseases come, you have to, treat it, and then you are bound by it. As a jiva, you are free from all this nonsense. He feels happy. But then his vasana samskaras, like you feel happy coming to the class because some Vedanta is taught. But your samskaras are there. Therefore, they'll take you again to the world. Your vasanas, prabala. That is why that subject of prabala vasanas always has to be bothered or minded. We have to reduce those vasanas, those wrong convictions, etc. A part of the sadhana. That's a very important one. How much ever tough it is, one has to achieve. मेरे अंदर के सारे दुर्वासनाएं सद्वासनाओं से रिप्लेस होना है. भगवान से शंकर सद्वासना स्फूर्ति विजृंभणे सति असो विलीनाप्य हमादि वासना. Sadvasana, Vijrumbhan karo, Durvasana go away. By coming to our classes every day, feeling within us that I have to realize the self, we are improving the Sadvasana. which will eliminate the durvasanas that I have to live as a they have for indriya sukha, only I have to live the outer worldly life. These durvasanas will get reduced. They won't reduce because of them. These will, you are putting effort to increase them, so they will influence you to work. These will anyway be there even at the root level. They pounce when the opportunity comes. They have to be exhausted through various karma phalas, various karma yogas, etc. All these things, and Mother Saraswati's answer to this prashna tomorrow we'll study. Thank you. Om Purnamadaha Bol Shri Ramachandra Bhagwan ki Jai, Vasishtha Bhagwan ki Jai, Sadgurudev Bhagwan ki Jai, आज के आनंद की जय, धन्यवाद.